Alright then fellow Helldivers, today we're going to be talking about the new major order, which is to liberate Zargon and 4E Prime, as well as talk about the supply lines and what we need to do in order to liberate these planets. Alright, firstly, here's what you need to know. Helldivers 2's latest major order is directing players to free the planets Zargon Prime and 4E Prime from bug infestations by Friday morning, and will reward the community with 35 war bond medals if accomplished. Now the catch though is that both worlds are currently located behind enemy lines, which makes fighting on them currently impossible. This is Helldivers 2's supply lines mechanic at work. So, to open fronts on Zargon and 4E Prime, we'll have to first free worlds like Helldivers and Estanu. Luckily, about 200,000 Helldivers are already fighting on Estanu as we speak, and more are joining the ongoing battle as we talk about it. Comically, the reason why Super Earth wants control of these two planets is because it's culling the Terminid population and harvesting the element 710 they provide. Element 710 is all but confirmed to be oil by the game's lore. So basically, we're farming the bugs for fossil fuel. Now you'd think liberating just two planets wouldn't be as difficult as last week the whole community freed an entire sector. After all, two worlds shouldn't pose much of a challenge, right? Well, turns out in order to liberate those two worlds, you need to liberate some other worlds first that are under bug control. So, for example, worlds like Helldivers, Estanu and Crimsica. To even open up fronts on Zargon Prime and 4E Prime, we'll need to liberate some other planets first. And this is where the 3-day limit kind of feels like a bit of a rush job in a squeeze, because it's a lot of pressure. Now what's at work here is the Helldivers 2 mechanic called supply lines, which hasn't come into play for major orders until now. Now if you want to learn what the Helldivers 2 supply lines mechanic is for yourself, there is a link in the description which takes you to a Reddit post that is very detailed and explains exactly what it is. But the TLDR is that liberation campaigns can't begin on a given planet unless there's a supply line connecting them to a world that's currently under Super Earth control. In this instance, we'll need to take control of Helldivers and then Nivel 43 before we can invade Zargon Prime, and Estanu and Crimsica need to be liberated before we can deploy on 4E Prime. Given that the community has less than 3 days to accomplish all of this, this might end up being the hardest major order yet. That's right, hardest, even harder than the one before where we had to liberate 4 planets. Though it's also possible that each individual planet will be easier to take than worlds usually are to compensate for the tight time limit. Or our lovely Joel the Game Master saw all the trash talking we did on Reddit and decided to put us in our place. Sorry about that one, Joel. Either way, democracy needs all of her finest space marines for the war efforts right now. If the Helldivers manage to pull this off, we'll get 35 warbond medals, which is quite a nice reward for a major order that only lasts until Friday, especially since the cutting edge warbond just came out. What happens if we fail? That isn't really clear, though I'm sure the consequences won't be anything good. Maybe there'll be a game-wide debuff for a few days, similar to a temporary bonus stratagem we often receive for getting planets liberated successfully. Now I am pleased to witness the supply lines mechanic making a tangible impact on the structure of a major order in Helldivers 2. It introduces a fascinating dimension to the Galactic War metagame. The question of whether the player base can effectively respond to this challenge remains unanswered. However, considering how swiftly fans tackled previous orders, I'm confident they'll rise to the occasion. That is all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. If you are new, do subscribe. We are so close to 200 subscribers, so if you could please just hit the subscribe button if you are new, that would be much appreciated. Anyway, I'll stop talking. You guys go ahead and go liberate those planets, and remember, you're doing this for liberty, democracy and freedom. So go forth and liberate these planets, soldiers. Okay, bye.